Good morning and welcome to episode 4 of Avos journey. Sun's coming up, I can see things burning out the window, which is always a pleasure. I am very excited to be able to show you that everything has moved on just a little bit. First off, let's go out the door, close the door behind me. You'll see I've put some torches outside to light my way down, and I've got fences. Now fences, very exciting. One rather disappointing point is that they don't join up when you go down steps, which is a bit of a shame. So they're all a little bit gappy, but I do have a little gate here that means I can go down those steps. The witch is looking at me. Don't like the way she's looking at me. Don't know if that's a hat or strange hair. But not only that, not only have I put all fences out so as I don't fall down the mountain into the nasties, I have, ta-da, made a really lopsided house. Now, first thing to show you is I couldn't do it on this side because I couldn't reach because there's a big side of a mountain. But on this side, I put some steps and they were upside down, and I couldn't work it out in episode 3 why they were upside down. And then I worked it out. Well, you can actually use them to make another floor bigger by putting them around the edge, and it kind of got this upside down step, and it makes the floor bigger by 1 block, which I thought was really clever. So I've done that on 2 sides of my second floor, but I couldn't do it on that one because it was too high. And because I'm not in creative mode, I can't fly, and I just fell down the side of the mountain. And I confess, for the first time, hats off, Avo died. He fell off the mountain, but he didn't die because he made a little bit of rubber, but he fell into 2 creepers and a zombie, and I couldn't run away fast enough, and I got exploded at the bottom of the mountain, which is a bit of a shame. But I did recover, and I feel much better now, thank you very much. So, I've now made access into my home at the back, and the other thing to really get very excited about, it was a chest. I worked out how to make a chest, and it's the same way you make one of these. So I'm going to show you now. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you get a chest. So if I pick up that chest, I've now made another chest. And what's really exciting, I tested this out before, so I apologise, I'm doing this not really very on the fly. If you then put the chest next to another chest, so I can select 2, bump, you get a bigger chest. How cool is that? So I've now got a very big chest, obviously not in a female way, and I'm going to show you my upstairs. It's very simple. So we go up the stairs, and I've got some windows so I can look out across this beautiful landscape. It really is rather nice, and walk along all the way up here. I've not put anything on this second floor yet because frankly I don't know how to do very much, but now I've got another floor, and this floor is like my top floor, at least it is at the moment. Lots and lots of torches so it will shine in the night time, and I've got like holes which I'm not entirely certain I'm going to keep. I might make more windows, but at the moment they work quite nicely as little crenellations on my wall, which makes it a little more castle-like. It makes me feel far more important than I actually am. But the most exciting thing, or at least the most exciting thing for me, is given that the game is actually called Minecraft, I thought it'd be nice to try mining. Yeah, actual mining. So I've started to build the entrance to a mine. So this is my mine antechamber. Isn't it beautiful? I've cut it out of the rock, and I'm going to do what I've said I was going to do for so much time, and that is make a dwarven castle. Well, it's more like a dwarven hole in a mountain. So I've got 2 doors which will protect from monsters that might spawn or come up, because I'll probably hit some blooming great big hole in here that I don't know about. So they don't come into my house because they can't get through the door. I will of course need to make windows. I had not thought of that. Probably a good idea to make windows so I can see through to see whether or not there are actually any monsters in the antechamber. So what I thought I'd do is I would start to build my mine. So to build a mine, I guess we've just got to cut, right? So I'm going to dig. I've made myself a few pickaxes. So let's make this room ever so slightly bigger, and then I'm going to start to build kind of some steps downwards, because obviously when we're mining we've got to go down. I've got to tell you, I've looked at the Mojang Minecraft Beginner's Edition book, and it told me if I press F3, it tells me where I am. So, XYZ, I am currently 91 high. Now, the very, very lowest you can go is 0. That's like the bedrock stuff that you can't dig through. So I'm currently 91 levels above the bedrock. I've got absolutely no clue what these other things mean, but I can tell you that my X and Z coordinates, which I think are my kind of longitude and latitude, are 168 by 250. So that's all very exciting. So I'm going to turn that off now because I'm bored of it already. So what I want to do now is to start to maybe cut into the mountain. So I'll make just one more deep so as I've got plenty of room. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to treat it as a mine, and then what will happen is I will, over time, change my mine so as it becomes the dwarven castle that I deserve. First off, I'm going to just make these even. There we go. So I figured if I start to mine here, what is it, number 6? If I start to mine here, that can be my first step down, and I am going to try to do this in the least derpy way possible. Thank you to iMysticRaven, who left a comment of I looked a little bit derpy. I have no clue what it means, but I'm sure it's a very nice complimentary thing for her to say. Also, thank you for Crafted Plays Clash, who talked about my sound levels in the videos not being quite what we would want. So I've invested in a new microphone, and hopefully you can hear much better the complete gibbering on that comes from my mouth, which is clearly going to make your enjoyment of these videos far better. I've run out of pickaxe, so I can see this is probably something that's going to happen quite a lot, is run out of pickaxes. So I made a load. See, who says Avo doesn't forward plan? So I'm just going to keep digging down, and I've got literally no idea how long this is going to take, but I could hit a hole in the mountain anytime soon. Of course, what I might also do is I might also hit my outside, and I've ended up just cutting a hole into the outside of my mountain through the beautiful steps that I've made to go up Step Mountain. Now if that's the case, obviously that's a bit of a shame, but I'm not going to worry too much because I could always fill it in again, and I'm assuming I would probably hit dirt before I hit any outside. I don't know that for sure. I may at some point put stone steps on these, but at the moment I'm just going to just keep digging down and down and down. It seems to be working. It's starting to get a little bit dark, so I'm going to put some torches down. So that's number 3. Put a torch there and a torch there. That'll do for now. What have I lost? Number 6 again. Right, just keep digging. So now I'm assuming at some point I'm either going to, oh no, I don't want to do that. I'm going to either hit a hole that goes down into kind of what the hole inside my mountain, which I'm imagining there must be some kind of hole inside the mountain, or I'm just going to keep going and going until I hit bedrock. Now the likelihood of that I imagine is pretty slim, but let's keep trying and see what happens. If there are any thoughts or any ideas you might want for me to kind of, I don't know, make this mine just a little bit more interesting, then please do feel free to leave a nice comment, and I'll try and incorporate it into the mine, because at the moment I'm actually quite surprised I've not hit a hole. So what I might do, how deep have I gone? Let me just finish this little bit. How deep have I gone? So I've gone quite a long way down, so I'm well below where I would be. So let's put some more torches in when I was at number 3. No, don't mind with it. There we go. So I might make a little antechamber here, just to kind of cut a hole into this side of the rock. Where's number 6 again? To try and, I don't know, give me kind of a stage to, I don't know, make, I guess, the mine slightly more interesting, so it's not just a straight up and down set of steps. A little bit disappointing so far because we've not hit anything except for rock. So I'll make one more width. I'm very conscious that I don't want to push myself out of the side of my mountain, but at the same time I do want to be making sure that I am, so I'll just go one this way as well. Do want to be making sure that I'm giving myself enough room to do whatever it is I want to be doing. So nice little antechamber at the bottom here. I might just take out one layer of rock here. Cutting across and cutting across. There's an awful lot of rock in this mountain. And there goes another pickaxe. So let's put another pickaxe down. Okay, so I'm a little bit like a dwarf now, digging and digging and digging and digging. So now I've got an antechamber that is a fairly decent size. Then I can start thinking about which direction I want to take my mine in. So looking down, it's actually quite cool, isn't it? So I might put another set of torches there just to kind of even it up a little bit. And then we kind of got torches as we go down. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. So maybe I want to change direction. Maybe I want to just continue to make an antechamber out this way. So I'm going to pause the video there, and I'm going to do a little bit more digging. And when I come back, which will probably be several pickaxes later, we will see whether or not I've actually made any progress with this mine. So don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Thanks for not going anywhere. I'm back and I am exhausted again. I've never dug so much in all my life, and I am still not down to bedrock, or I suspect anywhere close. But I have made some progress, so I'm going to show you what I've done. As I said, I've turned these into windows so I can see if anything spawns down my mine when it eventually becomes a mine, because it's not really yet, as you'll see in a moment. So as I can keep these doors closed until such time as I know it is safe and there isn't anything behind the screen that will want, you know it, to eat my face. So I've come down and down. I've fenced off these because I was frightened of falling down those. I don't think I'd lose any health, but I thought it was a good idea anyway, just to keep it, you know, separated off. Plus it looks quite a lot tidier and nicer. Looks a little bit more homely. So I continue to dig and dig and dig, and then made another nice big antechamber. And as you can see, I've put proper steps in as well, just to keep it nice and easy. Now again with this one, I put windows in, which of course means, given that it's all light, it's unlikely to have anything spawn between the last set of doors and this set of doors. But you know, safety first, Minecraft second, and all that. So through these doors again, and this is my kind of, I guess, top chamber. Now I've already got quite deep. If I press that F3 button again, you can see I'm 64, which is not far off the sea level, which, given I was up at what, about 90ish before, I've dug quite deep so far, but I'm still not under the ground really. So I still had a long way to go. So I've got some more chests here, so I don't have to go all the way up to the top if I want to store anything when my inventory becomes full. And I've put these posts in. Now I'm going to be really honest with you, I wasn't going to put these posts in, but when I dug out this bit, I started to have water drip through the ceiling. And you know the kind of damage you can get when you have water dripping through the ceiling. It's not very good. So I put a post in each corner, and that seems to have stopped the water. I can only assume that if I dig up here, I'm going to end up with water falling on my head, which I suspect is probably not fabulous, and I could drown. Apart from anything, I'd fill my mine with water, and nobody wants a mine full of water. So I continue to dig down and down and down and down and down and down and down, and I stopped here, which is level 49. So we now know we are well below sea level, which is great. But when I dug this hole here, there's a massive chamber underneath this floor, and I mean it's enormous. I couldn't see the sides of it, and I got a little bit scared. So I thought what I'd do is I'd build a chamber kind of at the very top of that cave. Again, I put in posts simply because there's water behind here again, and it just started to flood through into my chamber. So I built a post to block it in, although it might be nice, maybe, for me to build a little river bit, but I can't dig too deep because there's a blooming great hole underneath me. And then I started mining these walls out, and something really weird happened. Like the rock kind of puffed into smoke, and these little kind of cockroachy, stone, mousy, woodlouse creatures started to attack me. So I know when I last asked for what was that black stick man, I got a lovely response from Isabella, who told me that it was an Enderman, so thank you for that. Maybe you could tell me what those little cockroach, woodlouse things were. I mean, there was hundreds of them. I mean, literally hundreds of them, and I had to keep hitting them with a sword. 2 hits with a sword and it was fine, and they were dead. And I got a bit of experience out of it. You can see I'm now level 6, whatever that means. I don't know really how that's a benefit for me at the moment. But they just kept coming. And I could hear them in the walls. I could hear like these little noises in the walls. But anyway, so that's where I've got to. So I'm actually quite pleased. But I do want to continue getting down. But I don't want to dig straight down. Because if I dig straight down, I'm just going to come into the ceiling of that massive cave. And if I'm in the ceiling of the massive cave, I'm never going to be able to get into it. So what I thought I'd do is I'd try digging across a little bit before I dug down. And continue to do that. And maybe I can come into that cave system a little bit more sensibly. So I'm just continuing to dig a little bit further this way. And then I'm going to dig down some more. But what I don't want to do is fall into the cave again. So I figure if I go one more forwards, and then I'll step back a few steps, and I'll start to dig downwards. And then perhaps, maybe, I won't hit that horrible, nasty, dark cave. Now, confession number 2 for this video. Avo fell in the horrible, deep, dark cave. And it is really, really deep. I had full bars, full hearts, and when I landed, I had about 2 hearts left. So, obviously, that wasn't great. Plus, I imagine it was about 30 blocks or 40 blocks that I fell. So it must have been pretty close to bedrock when I actually fell down there. And there was a zombie, of course, and it was pitch black, of course. I might dig one along so I can just mine that coal. So I killed the zombie, and it took about half a block from me. Well, by half a block I mean half a heart from me. And then I kind of just built a tower to climb back up through the hole that I'd made in the ceiling. So it was a little bit frustrating, frankly, to end up in this deep dark mine. But it was my first experience of being in a deep dark mine, which I suppose you could say is potentially quite exciting. So I do want to get back in there again, because whilst I was down there, I did find something quite cool, which I've not found yet, which if I show you, some iron ore. So I know that I'm going to be getting pretty close to iron ore very, very soon. And as a result of that, I'll start to be able to make some iron tools and maybe some armour, because I've seen these people have got armour on. How many gaps between 1, 2, 3? Got that. So we're nearly at where we're going to need another torch. So yeah, so to get some armour would be really cool, because that will then mean that I'm less likely to get killed, because it will take more hits for me to get killed, which is obviously a big benefit. So I'm just going to keep digging again and again, and whilst repetitive, I think it will actually allow me to get myself down, because I've actually gone past now the level of where that cave was. I must be in a side wall or something of this cave. So at some point, if I dig sideways, I've run out of another pickaxe. If I dig sideways, I'm going to come into the side of that cave, and then I'll be able to physically explore it, which is actually what I want to do. So we'll be pretty soon, I would imagine. What's that? Could you hear that noise? I don't know if you can hear the noises in the videos as well as I can, but there's like these scrunching and crunching noises. And that's the noise I got before those little cockroach beasties come and jumped on me. Can you hear them? It's like, really very, very odd noises. So any minute I'm expecting one of these kind of blocks to go kind of poof, and to, I guess, just change into one of these really strange creaturey things that I got bashed with. There's definitely a noise. There's definitely a kind of the noise of someone that's greedily eating, and I don't think it's a zombie, although it could be a zombie, I suppose. It sounds a little bit like a zombie. Let's put another set of torches in here. I do keep trying to mine this, don't I? So where are we in terms of level? We are now 40. So we're quite low. We're getting lower. We go one more level down, I think, and then I'm going to build. Probably going to build another chamber. I think that might be a good idea. I do like building these chambers because it sort of gives you little stages. So if I start to dig sideways now, this red stuff, I collected a bit of it in the last chamber, is granite. I don't know if that's, I don't know, any better than other rock, or whether you can do anything else with it. But I figured it's a different colour, so maybe it's decorative. It's quite possible it's decorative, I guess. Oh! Ah, right, now we are, well, we're not farming, we're mining, but now we're farming because I have found some more iron ore. And I really, really want the iron ore. So that's great news. Very happy with the iron ore find there. I'll need to fill in those holes because now that's not even. So number 5, we'll fill in that hole. There we go. I've lost my thread now. So yeah, I'm assuming this granite is purely decorative. If you're able to do anything more exciting with it than just decorate your house, do let me know. Because at the moment it just looks like a kind of a browny red rock that's different to normal stone. And perhaps we'll have a bit of an experiment with granite. Everybody loves to experiment, right? So am I even? Right, so let's dig across here. So there's quite a lot of coal at this level as well. I don't know if that's relevant to the level I'm at. Do you get more coal the deeper you go? Can make some more torches with it, obviously. And I want to even up the sides of the steps because it has to be symmetrical. One thing you'll learn about me, with the exception of my obvious wonky house, which at some point will probably get fixed, I do like things to be even. Just weird, I know, what can I tell you? So I'm going to keep on digging, and I'm actually surprised that I've not gone through into another kind of anti-chambery thing yet. But I mean, it must be here, right? It's got to be around here somewhere, because I literally fell into it. I fell 30 stories into this antechamber, and so I know it's around here somewhere, and it would be really cool to be able to come in sideways and build a nice safe passage into kind of the cave system that's underneath me at the moment. And it also saved me an awful lot of digging, because I'm going through pickaxes like water at the moment. They are just flying out of my hands. I'll go one more wide on this side, which means I've got to do one more wide on the other side, and then I'll start thinking about whether or not I want to change direction, because I suspect if I go in this direction, I'm going to come out the side of the cave, because the cave was obviously up there, but so the cave's kind of behind these walls. So I don't know if I want to go sideways first and then down, because I've definitely not gone far enough down to get to the kind of the floor of the cave. As I say, I suspect the cave wasn't far off of bedrock, so I probably want to go down to about level 10, and then I'll find, oh damn, I've gone into another wall. That's okay. I'll just fill it in with one of those. I think that's a zombie. I don't think that's a yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a zombie. I don't think it's a one of those funny creatures, simply because it's starting to make more zombie-like noises. Have I got any steps? Yes, I do. Right, so I'm gonna put steps around my steps to make it easier to go up and down. And again, I think rather than you just sit and watch me do this, I'm gonna pause the video again, so as we can get to a point where actually we can do some real exploring. So I will see you again very shortly. Please don't go anywhere. Okay, and we're back, and we've dug down to level, what's that, level 27, so we're getting there, which is good news. I'm quite keen to maybe go down to about level 20. I've got some iron there ready, so I'm going to keep digging now, just to basically get myself down to level 20. And I think once we hit level 20, that's probably a good point there to be able to perhaps dig across, because I suspect that if we were to look kind of through this wall, we're going to be finding the dungeon type cave thing that we were looking at earlier when we fell through the floor. Of course, I fell through the floor. You didn't see it. You would have laughed, no doubt, a lot if you'd have seen it. So just digging down here a little bit further. That's now level 26, so we're getting down. I don't want to stand on that, because that's how I ended up falling through the floor last time. Just keep digging. I'm going to have to put in some lights, I think. Let's get rid of those. Put in some lights there. There we go, we can see what we're doing now. Got quite a bit of iron out of that bit so far, so that's quite good news. So let's just carry on digging. We're very nearly there. Oh, what's... Oh right, well it appears we have actually broken through anyway, and we don't want a creeper. Right, so the creeper's just blown a massive great hole in our shaft. What's shooting at me now? Oh my goodness, for goodness sake, let's try and get away from him. Right, this is the skeleton, he's now shooting arrows at me. No doubt he is going to come up the stairs, so I'm going to get my sword, because I don't have any bow and arrow to shoot him at all. Is he coming? No, he's not. Right, so my sword is number 9. So that wasn't what I was planning. So we've got... Right, let's kill you, nasty skeleton man. Haha! I am victorious. So I got a bone, and that looks like there's a creeper bit there, doesn't it? And there's a chest. Actually, I don't understand. This looks like this has been built already, but I've certainly not been down here. So I'm not sure how this can be built, but what's really cool is that now we can have a right good explore of this area. I'm going to try and... Oh my goodness, there's lava. Right, I don't think he did me too much damage there. Oh my goodness, there's still more noise. It's a zombie and a skeleton. Let's hit them a lot, hit them a lot. Hit them a lot, skeletons running away. But I still got them. Haha! I am victorious yet again. But I now feel as if I need to start fixing what I've damaged, because it's all just a little bit... This could be quite cool if I've found this. That should be quite a nice little dungeon. I do want to try fixing this up though, because I don't really want to have a blasted open hole like that. Right, so if I get my... What should we fix it with? Fix it with this stuff. Right, so if I get this, I'm going to fill in this hole that I've got here. You know what, I'd really, given that this is, I'd really quite like to make a door. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up, because I've had loads and loads of stone that I put up in one of these chests. So I'm going to grab some stone and I'm going to rebuild. Also built myself a second... Oh, now that is the Enderman that I don't want to be getting anywhere near. Now, I read in the book that they're passive unless you look them in the eye. So I'm not going to look them in... This is getting a little bit scary. So I'm not going to look him in the eye. But I am going to take some of this cobblestone. I've got no idea how he got there. But it would appear... Oh, and now I've got some lag. So, given that I'm lagging out, I'm probably going to pause the video there very quickly, because I can't actually get out of this particular area. But I've not looked at the Enderman, which is good. A little bit worried that I'm not going to be able to get out of this particular lag session. So I'm going to pause the video and hopefully I'll come back post lag. See you shortly, hopefully not dead as a result of an Enderman eating my face. Okay, and we're back. Severely panicked for a little bit there, but I've managed to rebuild this and put a nice little door on it. So I'm now confused because I didn't build any of this. Oh, there's some iron there. Let's have that iron. I didn't build any of this at all. So I've got not quite sure how it kind of came about, I guess. But so if anybody knows why I appear to have some kind of wooden structure down here, I'd be very grateful for you letting me know, because I have literally no idea. But I'm going to have a bit of an explore. Now, that's a chest. Do you think I can open the chest? Oh, there's stuff in it. Right, what's redstone? Now, I've heard of redstone. Melon seeds, these all sound good. And some coal. So that's quite cool. So, I mean, this is genuinely quite thrown me, as you can probably hear in my voice. Wasn't expecting any of this at all. So this is not really what I was thinking I would fall across. I was thinking I was going to open up a little doorway into a... Let's put some light. A little doorway into a cavern. But this isn't a cavern. This is more like a... Well, I mean, it's like an actual mine, isn't it? So, now there is a cavern with a mine in it. Now that... Wow. So we've got here, let's put some torches here to mark the entrance. What we've got here is a really, really big cavern area that I suspect you can probably walk down, but I'm a little worried about that, all that lava, because that looks, apart from anything, very, very hot. And we don't want to be... No, there's a zombie stood... What is he, like a high diver? There's a zombie there. I've now got to find my way back here without falling in the water. So let's make it safe and actually make a path instead, because I'm not that daft. So I guess I have done what I said I was going to do. There's a lot of water going down that way. Can I get down there? No, it doesn't want me to go that way. What's this way? Should we explore this way? There's more water. I can't get down there either. That water's pushing me away. So, moving and moving. That's lava. I know I'm definitely not getting around the lava. If I touch the lava, I'm going to get hurt. So let's not do that. Oh, that moves. Does that? Oh wow, you can push the minecarts along when they're not on a track. That's something else I've learnt. So, I guess I'm really just looking to wander around a little bit, light up this particular area, so as I've got plenty of light. Do you think you can harvest that for string? Let's have a look at... I don't think that's actually doing anything. So, oh well, it was worth a try, right? So I'm going to see where these places lead, because there's more iron, I know that much. So let's grab the... Right, so it looks like this is just an entrance to this big cave, but I am going to harvest this iron here, because the more iron I can get, the better it's going to be. So it's really just a bit of a wander around adventure time now. I'm going to try and see if I can find a way of getting myself down into that big cave system, because at the moment I am at level 26, so I'm still 26 levels above the kind of the bottom level, the bedrock area. So I'm just a little bit perplexed. None of this was what I expected to happen at all. So this is me a little bit dumbfounded. So welcome to Avomance in a dumbfounded way. So I'm just going to clear up this a little bit. And I think what we'll probably do is, that was the end of that pickaxe, so I'm going to end the video there, and my next video is going to be specifically looking to try and investigate this mine a little bit further, because I think it would be really quite interesting to work out a way we can kind of get down to those lower levels and have a good old explore around there. Also might be interesting to see how we might be able to get past this water. But I'm not going to do this now, the video is getting too long, so I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did enjoy it, please do give me a thumbs up, do leave a comment. I'd be delighted if you could share it, and it would be great, if you haven't already, for you to subscribe to the channel. If you've not seen the other videos, why not? Go and look at them, and I'll see you in my next video. Cheers then, bye!